friends. Some could be really good at math or literature. Heck, some might even be good at social studies. Everyone is different. Some short, some tall, some from different ethnicity group. And we all need to respect them like how we respect our friends. That is basically the perfect example for respecting differences. Let's go deeper inside this term. Respecting differences basically means the recognition of others, not based on how they look, what ethnicity group they belong, or what race they belong, and what accents or abilities they have. Of the big three of respecting differences, the one that stood out the most to me is respecting racial differences. My name is Phạm, and today I'm going to tell you more about respecting racial differences. I'm going to talk about three main parts today. The first being race and racism, the second being the value of respect to people of other races, and the last one is embracing the differences and how we should show respect. Yes? Yes, sir.
I think this protest is to end racism.
Yes, you're partially correct, and this is to protect Black Lives Matter. After George Floyd, on May 25th, 2020, after he was reported using a fake $20 bill, the store clerk has called the four police, and one of them knelt on George's neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. George then tragically passed away, and his last words, "I can't breathe," became the slogan for the Black Lives Matter community. Let's define these two terms, race and racism. Race basically means the categorization of human groups based on shared physical traits or even shared ancestors. Racism, on the other hand, basically means racial discrimination to people of other races. Some relevant factors include cultural background, religion, gender, or even sexism. Now, what is the problem with racism and their harmful effects of it? If you're racist to somebody, the victim will have four main effects. The first and the second will be psychological impact and emotional toll. After being racist to somebody, it would also probably trigger a series of negative emotions and probably make them feel self-doubt, self-esteem, and even cause depression and committing suicide. Also, it will cause the limitations of the victims, and after being racist to them, they will be like packed in a small pace and won't be able to pursue a dream or achieve a goal. Lastly, is unfair treatment. Treating others based on stereotypes and racism is not a good thing, and it can cause one of the two harmful effects above. Now, racism in the world. According to Ontario's Human Rights Commission in Toronto, Black people, African Americans, are 20 times more likely to be shot, 4 times more likely to be pepper sprayed, 5 times more likely to be tasered, and 6 times more likely to be taken down by a police dog. We can see that racism could cause a lot of problems and harmful effects on their victims. So we should respect them. What is the value of respecting people of other races? Now, the advantages for the community. After respecting somebody, you will forge many different positive relationships, and we can also build trust from individual to individual. Also, it could create a community full of joy and laughter, and lastly, build bridges across culture divides and make connections between them. Bonus, after doing all of this, you will be the perfect example for people who doesn't know in the newer generation. Now, what are the benefits to ourselves if we actually respect somebody? The first being the alloy, which is leadership. This will prove your leadership and prove that you can be a good leader, or traits of a good leader if you respect somebody. Secondly, being personal well-being. If you value others' value, it proves your self-esteem, self-confidence, and prove that you can stand up for somebody. And lastly, inner happiness and inner peace. This proves you're a positive person after you're respecting somebody. 3, embracing differences. We Asians are known for a lot of things, including different cuisines, like the Indian with a lot of spices, and we also celebrate a variety of different festivals and holidays, including Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, and even Diwali. And lastly, African Americans, on the hand, I believe, have created one of the best genres in music, which is R&B and jazz. There are also different individuals that contributed to the sports industry like Kobe Bryant, which played for the Los Angeles Lakers, but eventually tragically passed away in 2020. Serena Williams, which is a former tennis player. LeBron James, which still plays for the Los Angeles Lakers right now. Now, the Hispanics also has exquisite cuisines such as taco, which is a soft or hard shell with a lot of fillings. The paella, which is a rice casserole with different toppings. The empanadas, which is basically like a fried donkey, no offense. And they also have different interesting dances like the salsa, which is conveniently the same as the type of food. Also the meringue, and they also celebrate, the Mexicans specifically celebrate a colorful festival called the Day of the Dead, and they honor their ancestors. In Mexican, the Day of the Dead is translated to Dia de los Muertos. Now, let's show respect to other races. We should treat everybody the same and don't show disrespect to people of other races. We should also avoid making assumptions based on their appearance or the race of somebody. And lastly, we should embrace the importance of education. Teach us and others to deny racism. Now, what do we do if we actually experience racism? Yeah, we should raise your voice, stand up for yourself and others. We should seek help from supervisors and grown adults. And finally, don't overthink, because if you do, it will cause depression, sometimes even commit suicide. And lastly, we should teach others that don't know, the newer generations. We now live in a world full of disrespect and an unfair world. Racism is experienced in every part of the world, and we should respect others the way you respect your friends. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.